AITA for crying when my wife forgot my birthday. I am not the oop. Oop is you. Unable departure 436. AITA for crying when my wife forgot my birthday. Originally posted to r. Am I the asshole? Trigger warnings. Verbal abuse. Neglect. Less than. Original post December 11th, 2023. When I, 36M, was a kid, my parents never celebrated my birthday. The only reason I even knew what day my birthday was because of family members wishing me happy birthday. I try really hard to make everyone I'm close to have a really good birthday. I guess my logic is so they feel wanted and appreciated, and not how I felt as a kid. It was my birthday yesterday and my wife, 35F, didn't mention it at all. She didn't say happy birthday to me or anything. Neither did my daughter, but she is 4, so I don't expect her to LOL. I don't really care too much about presents or doing anything special. It just would have been nice for her to at least acknowledge that it was my birthday. I did wait until midnight in case she was doing that thing that they do in movies where the person pretends they have forgotten someone's birthday when they actually haven't. I know that's stupid, but still. After it turned 12, it's really embarrassing, but I just kinda broke down crying. I know it's stupidly crying over something that isn't a big deal, but it just made me feel how I felt as a kid, and it just brought back a lot of feelings and memories from my childhood. My wife walked in on me crying, pretty much in the middle of a panic attack, to be honest, lol. She asked me what was wrong, and once I told her, she got really angry and accused me of trying to make her feel bad for something that's not important. She was shouting at me a lot, and she was quite loud, which woke my daughter up, so I left the room to put her back to sleep. Verdict: not the asshole. And NBSP. Relevant comments. Oak status 9627. INFOIs. There's something going off in your lives at the moment that could have distracted your wife from the date? How does your wife treat her birthday? Does she behave as thought it is important? Or does she dismiss any celebrations on her day? How has your wife treated you on your previous birthdays? Clearly, you've been together at least 4 birthdays. Considering the age of your child, does she normally get really angry with you? Is your wife aware of your personal history, the way your parents treated you? And no, crying over something isn't stupid. It is the body's way of helping. It has various benefits, including releasing stress and easing physical and emotional pain, though the release of oxytocin and endorphins. Not that I know if she likes doing a big thing for her birthday, because it's important, which makes sense, and I'm happy to make her birthday special for her. She usually gets me a card or something small and says happy birthday, kind of. Yeah. Worldly feedback 6663. I get the impression that you do want something, that you would like a celebration or a surprise. You are doing yourself a disservice by not communicating explicitly what you want. It does take away part of the birthday magic, but then you can actually get what you want. I've been there, and experience shows the best way to get what you want is by explicitly telling people or organizing something yourself. Your birthday is about you and not about what your wife wants. NTA and happy belated birthday. I just want my birthday to at least be acknowledged. I don't care about doing anything special. Honestly, thank you. And NBSP. Update December 14th, 2023. Thank you so much for all of the replies on my previous post. I spoke to my wife and she told me that she shouted at me because she was just tired. She seemed sorry. I didn't want us to fight anymore, so I forgave her. A lot of people suggested that I have a sort of celebration with my daughter, which I did do. We baked a cake together yesterday, and she also made me a birthday card. There's glitter everywhere now, which was very sweet. This probably wasn't the update most people wanted, since a lot of people who replied wanted me to divorce her or for there to be some big fight between my wife, but I just don't think that's necessary. I really love her and I'm happy with her. I don't want anything to change. This was just a mistake that hopefully won't happen again. My wife told me that it's partly my fault anyway because I should have reminded her that it was my birthday, but I didn't, and I agree with that. So we're pretty much even now, I suppose. And NBSP. Relevant comments. Crone Down Under. Thanks for the update. But I agree with others that her blaming you for not reminding her about your birthday is deeply AH behavior. Op. I have the perfect Xmas present for you to get your wife a perpetual birthday calendar that can live somewhere prominent so that the page gets turned every month. That can be your kid's job. No excuse for ever forgetting anyone in the family, neighborhood's birthday or anniversary again. There's lots of themed choices for these. I like the Sandra Boynton one, but there's floral or horses, mountains, dolphins, TV shows, etc. choices too. Look online and pick something she likes so it doesn't look passive aggressive. Actually, maybe just get one for your kid instead. But still ensure it gets placed somewhere the whole family can see it daily. Op. I was gonna buy a calendar anyways. Last year I marked all of the important days, birthdays, holidays, etc. on it with my daughter to teach her all the months and numbers. Even though I think she forgot everything the next day because she was only 3, but that's okay, haha. This is a repost sub IAM, not the oop. My wife told me that it's partly my fault anyway because I should have reminded her that it was my birthday, but I didn't, and I agree with that. Wow. This poor man never leaving. This dude cannot recognize toxic, abusive behavior. And I imagine this is not the only way in which his wife makes him feel less than. Getting angry at someone for crying and making them feel bad for it is a massive red flag for abuse. Hope this guy eventually can get out. Just from reading this and not knowing him as a person, I feel like this op has internalized a low sense of self-worth, so of course he chose a partner that would treat him the way he is used to being treated. My husband forgot my birthday once. It was 2020 and we didn't even know what day of the week it was, let alone the date. I forgot my own dang birthday. This wife had no reason to treat her husband like that. Poor guy. Red flag. He is hurt by her actions, and as a result, she gets angry and makes it all about herself. Your sadness is making me feel bad. How dare you? Quote. Poor op is so beaten down that he is mistaking love for codependency. Feel sorry for him. I only see the wife treating him even worse as the years go by. I can see a future where she gaslights him at any opportunity and never fully accepts fault. This update displeases me. She got really angry and accused me of trying to make her feel bad for something that's not important. She was shouting at me a lot and she was quite loud, which woke my daughter up, so I left the room to put her back to sleep. She knew she messed up and wanted to deflect the blame. Trauma tends to attract them to said PPL who behaves similarly. Dude is in for a lifetime of being a doormat and doesn't even see it. Look, it's one thing to forget a birthday. It's a whole different ballgame to not apologize immediately, soothe the tears, and make a plan to celebrate, albeit belatedly. If your loved one is hurt or sad and all you can do is yell at them for it and make them feel worse, then you are a terrible partner. Poor oop, man needs to just divorce her and be happy. Of course the wife suffers from princess syndrome. Maybe forget her birthday next time. Funny how people in abusive relationships don't realize it most of the time. Wife is failing the bare minimum of being a loving partner. Remembering their important dates. Believe it or not, there's this thing called a cell phone, and it has a feature called a calendar in it. Put an important date in once and you can have it remind you every year. You can even put in their birth year so you know how old they are. And if you forget, not making it their fault. I can understand op very well. In my family, birthday was never a big thing. Parents would not even get us a present. They would just say, I bought XYZ, which I mean is your job as a parent. Also, it is not the same. But they never showed any effort. As a result, both my brother and I hate our B-days. We never celebrate them and try not even to acknowledge it. Guess BC, we were disappointed too many times as kids, but still. Small part of me hopes every year that my partner or best friends would make small surprises. Guess some part of you never grow out of it. IRLY hope she try and do better next year and you get respect and love you deserve. He wins the doormat Olympics. Dude, she's not the one.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.